Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome again to the Saba Heritage Center. We are very overwhelmed with the turnout that we've had, and this is our second program leading up to the celebration of Emancipation Day 2026. The theme for this year is Freedom is in We Culture, and as you know, culture is a very big part of any civilization, any society, and it determines the way that we act, think, talk, walk, and things that we do in our daily lives that we don't even think about. So, today we are going to be led by Pastor Liebert, who is going to take us through some medicinal plants. But before I... So you have one more chair. All right, so let me just finish my intro, and then we will dive into some logistics for seating. Before we get into this, I just want to thank SACS, the Saba Association of Caribbean States, Mayor Franklin, and the lovely ladies of Elements of Saba for putting this together for us today. I think it's going to be very beneficial for everybody involved, and I just want to remind you guys, tomorrow we have traditional Saban corn pudding, and that's going to be done at the Eugenius Johnson Center. It also starts at 5:30 p.m. Wednesday morning, which is July 1, we have traditional cassava bread making class. That's going to be at the Saba Comprehensive School kitchen. And then we invite everybody to join us for our grand celebration at the Princess Juliana Sports Field at 4 p.m. on July 1. So those are the events that we have. We thank everybody for coming out. In addition, we are recording today's session, and it will be available sometime in the future, not sure when, on the Saba Heritage Center YouTube. So everything that you learned today should be available online. And we also have Folk Remedies on a Caribbean Island, which is a book written about herbs you can find on Saba. Each copy is $10. So with no further ado, I'm going to give it to the man of the moment.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let everybody know me. My name is Vernon Liebert. I'm the pastor of the Wesleyan Holiness Church. I've been the pastor here for almost, Wednesday we're going to be exactly 30 years. However, I'm here to talk a little bit of bush or herbal medicine. I grew up in Nevis, the island of Nevis. Now, where I grew up in Nevis, anything wrong, there is no medicine chest to grab. Anything wrong with the body, you're going to get bush. Because our closest neighbor was approximately a half-mile down the road. And so, being around the elderlies, growing up in the farm area, you have to learn about herbal medicine, what's the use of the bush. And I had two very good friends. They were very young when they died. Lillian Herbert, she died at the age of 98 plus, a few weeks short of 99. And Keziah Stapleton and Barb, she died a few days short of her 97th birthday. And so I hung around these old ladies, and I learned also a lot of what bush to use for what ailment. Back then, there was a bush. If you have a headache, they would send you, you go grab a bush, and they would tie it under their head tie, and within a matter of minutes, your headache is gone. If you fall, there is no going to the emergency room. You get a cup with water and brown sugar. You mix it like a syrup, and you drink it, and you're good. Or, one of my favorites, every summer, children run wild, and before you go back to school, you have to have the aloe vera purge. Now it is not tasting too good, but we had to drink it. And I have developed and acquired the taste of aloe vera. So myself personally, I put a peg of aloe vera 3 cinnamon stick, a half cup of apple cider vinegar, a half cup of water, and I put it to ferment, and then I take a shot every morning before I go to work on the farm. So when they say, where do you get all of this energy? It's a secret that I use. Okay, let me tell you a bit about what we use for what. Now, everybody knows this, right?
Yes.
What do you call this?
Snake bush.
Snake bush.
That I know. That we don't know.
In Nevis, we call this the washerwoman.
Oh.
The washerwoman.
Why?
Why? I'll answer that in a little while. Now, the washerwoman bush is used for a number of things. Now, this is the part. In Nevis, when you have a child wetting his or her bed, they would tell you, go and find me a ripe washerwoman. And this red seed, you see it inside here? Mm-hmm. The child will eat that, and that will prevent them from wetting their bed. Now, this maiden apple, this is the correct name, or washerwoman, you make tea with it with the sage. This is the white sage. This, there's a lot of this around. I picked this a few days ago. What do you, wild tobacco? We call it the ramgoat bush because of the smell. It smells very strong. Then we have, anybody know what is this? This stuff is all over Saba. In Nevis, where I'm from, you'll pay a fortune for this in the market. We call this the trumpet bush. So, if you have a terrible flu, you boil this, piece of this, the ramgoat bush, piece of this, the white sage, and also the washerwoman. This will break up the mucus in the nostril and in the lungs. And I can't tell you what this is for, I don't know it. It's very bitter. And they say you have to put the washerwoman with it to break up the mucus. Now, I have discovered something more better to deal with the flu.
Tastes better also?
Huh?
Tastes better also?
Or it's not.
We know that recently we've been dealing a lot with the Sahara dust. It's terrible. Could give you a headache, cause you to be snuffy,
Itch the eyes.
itch your eyes. I have a little grandson, he will be making 17 months on Thursday. A few weeks ago, I got a message from my son just before 5 a.m. at the emergency room. Josiah is snuffy, can't breathe. I said, no worry. When Opa comes, Opa is going to deal with him. I went over to Nevis, went to the market, got myself some ginger. I slice the ginger and I boil it. Because he's a baby, I boil the ginger for 5 minutes. And when I turn the fire off, I go to my sister's house, and this is a pretty flower, right? I take a piece of the red bougainvillea and I drop it in the hot water with the ginger. And when it is cool enough for him to drink it, I say, come to Opa, we have business. He drank a little bit of it and he got away from me. He went running. Then his dad said, Daddy, Josiah is throwing up. I said, come bring him to me. Mucus His nose started running, he started sneezing. He hasn't had a flu since. He hasn't had a flu since. My wife said, but how come you never told me about that? And they all drink all the rest I left for him. A lot of people don't know. They think this is just a flour.
Can I ask, is it then the flour you put in?
The flour.
Yeah, okay.
The flour.
Yeah, okay.
The red works better, but you can use this color because the dark color works very well also. This loosens up all the mucus in the lungs, in the nasal passages. That will break it up. I drink it all the time myself. So that's why many times I don't grab Tylenol bottle or paracetamol bottle. And there is a reason for it. I'm sorry, I go to the doctor. Don't get me wrong. I go to the doctor because I want to know when I am drinking something what it is, what I am treating. I am not a herbalist. I want to know. Well, doctor, you tell me what's wrong, and I can tell you how I'm going to deal with it. Right? I am not telling you don't go to the doctor. I'm just telling you. And all that I am telling you, these are stuff that I use personally. Now, back to the white sage, as we call it. I had a piece where I had the flour, but anyhow. Now, when I was going to school as a kid, you get tea with this. And I couldn't find it, I guess because of the dry weather. The running nettle. Those of you would know the running nettle. Yeah, the one that runs. Over by Wells Bay had plenty, but there is none there. Now, when you are going to school, you get some of this and the running nettle, and you make tea before you go to school. What was the reason for it? All we knew as children, they would tell you it stimulates the brain. And so make sure in Nevis, children going to school is going to get a cup of this with the running nettle before you go to school. It stimulate your brain. Now I was doing a research and I learned that this thing is good for dementia. Had no idea. And I should have done that research a little earlier. Because my mom died in 2019 and she had dementia for 7 years. And so I make sure I keep these at home. And so I gotta find this running nettle and make sure that I continue to drink my sage, white sage, or my running nettle plant. It's good, it stimulates the brain, it keeps you alert, they say. I know when we were going to school, you couldn't afford to fall asleep in class. You have to always stay on the cutting edge. It's not like kids today, that you comes home with a negative school report and it's okay, honey. You come home with a negative school report and it's extra chores, extra work. And for those of you who do not know, my father was one of the biggest farmers in Nevis. We had over 500 head of animals to look after. He had about 8 guys working the farmland. He planted from Sea Island cotton to yam, cabbages, tanias, potatoes, you name it. My older brothers, they go fishing. And so we had to learn all of this traditional medicine and we use it.
Can I ask you something? I don't know what the name is in English. Does anybody know the Dutch name of it? Because I don't know what it means in English.
Brandnetel.
Brandnetel. Ah, okay.
Okay?
Thanks, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Now, I am holding 2 plants in my hand.
No, we know them. I don't know that.
What do you call this one here?
I forget.
Now, in Nevis, the local name is Demerara bitters. Demerara bitters. And this is vervine.
Vervine, yeah.
Now, this fellow is good for a whole lot of things. Now, the combination of these two, I learned this from a cousin of mine, Dr. Linton Liebert. He was type 2 diabetic. And one day I went to him, I was not feeling well. And he says to me, when I'm finished with you, I have to go and make myself a cup of tea. And being curious, I decided, let me go and see what kind of tea he's making. And lo and behold, in the back of his office, he has some flower pots. And he have the blue vervain, and he have this Demerara bitter. I said, but what that is for? He said, for the sugar. Those of you who know Mr. Bloomfield Gomez, Mr. Bloomfield Gomez, he ate cake, he drank soda, he ate chocolate. He was diabetic. And then I discovered this is what he used. He take the blue vervain and the Demerara bitters, he draw them, and he makes tea. But the tea that he makes, he drink it like water.
Okay.
So he eat it and he drink a cup of water. But he never really told me what the water he was drinking. I learned afterward, this is what he was drinking. Now, this by itself is also very good.
Cleanses?
Hmm?
Was it cleanse? It's a good cleanse also.
Ladies, this is good for menstrual cramps. This is good for diarrhea. I drink it. Whenever I have any stomach discomfort, I go, and all of these stuff, I try and keep them where I live so that I don't have to go too far. You take some of this and you make tea. But remember, if you are drinking it and you have diarrhea, don't drink too much. It can make you constipated. It can make the pain go away. Now, with the vervine, back to the vervine, for pain, I do take the vervine. Anybody know what is this? Moringa. Moringa. Anybody know what you call this?
Leaf of life.
Leaf of life. Do you know that these 3 together are very good for pain? Back pain, joint pain. Now, with the moringa, you can put a little kick to it. For me to get it to work faster, I get a part of the flour, a few of the seeds. You can boil it and drink it, but I want it to work fast. So I put them all in the blender, and I blend it, I strain it out. You can add a little honey if you don't like the taste. And you drink it. The knee pain, back pain. I mean, I am not telling you that this does not work for people. I fell off of a 2-story building in 1984. I fell off of my church here. It was 2002, right? 2002. I had to end up going to Puerto Rico for X-ray. I had a damaged shoulder, damaged neck, damaged back. And so, I still work hard, but I make sure I have the right ingredients to assist with the pain. I can tell it work for me. Because all of these is what I try personally, I use. I have tried them, I know that they work for me. The truth is, sometimes our body makeup is different.
Yes.
And sometimes you may just have to add something else for it to work, but it rarely works.
How many hours does it work? Is it like a couple of hours? You have to drink a tea again, or do you know how many hours?
Well, when I drink this, I only drink it once a day. You can drink it twice a day, but I only drink it
And
once.
that's enough for the pain.
Because, I mean, to me it works.
It depends on the body makeup.
Yeah.
As well, everybody's made up different. So
Yeah, sure.
it depends.
No, you don't want to overdose it. And do you know, if you do not understand the combination of bush, do you know you can get poison with them?
Yes.
You can get poison with bush if you don't understand
If you don't.
the correct combination. Or, for me now, this is too much for a vine. I will just use 3 or 4 leaves, 2 of this, and maybe half of this. Because this is very bitter also, and this. Both are bitter. Any questions?
The vervine, doesn't it also serve to help someone who has fever, maybe to break the fever?
Yes, it does.
As I remember I fed my son that like crazy when he was a child. And I think I overdid it. Too much. I didn't know better, but I just knew that it was, my mother and them called it fever bush.
So you boil it and you give it, or you just boil it and you tap
Throw
it
the
down?
hot water on it.
You can throw hot water on it. The best way, some of these bushes, the best way to use them is to draw them, not boil them. If you're boiling them, except for these, it's not wise to boil them for more than 5 minutes. Sometimes you just destroy them when you do that. But like the trumpet bush, the washerwoman, the ramgoat bush, and you can boil it strongly for about 10 minutes. It will work better. So they're all infused together, because it's the combination of the infusion that really work. Right? Now,
Avocado.
Yeah.
Like avocado.
avocado leaf. Now, this is my daily routine before I go to work. 1 avocado leaf, 1 stingy thyme, 2 soursop leaves, 1 mango leaf, 2 guava leaf. I put them in my hot and cold cup, and around 10 a.m. I drink the tea. I'm good to go.
Energy.
Good to go. Bat can tell you I work in the sun, and we work hard in the sun on the farm over there in Zion's Hill. And the guys would say to me, "Our energies are gone, what do you do?" I say, I tell you, if you stick with me, you'll learn a thing or two. This also is very, very good for loosening up mucus.
What was that called again?
Stingy time.
Stingy time.
It's very, very good to lose the mucus out of the throat, clear up the nasal passage.
What name again now again?
Stingy time.
Stingy time, yeah, we understand.
This also a lot of people use for cooking.
Right. Mom did that. Put it in a pea soup.
Yes. You break a piece and you crush it, you wash it and you crush it and you put it in your soup. You put it in your sauce and you give it a nice flavor. Makes the food taste good, right? Right? And so this stingy time, you go to Nevis, a lot of people have this plant in the yard. Because for flu, this trumpet bush, you have to go high up in the mountain to find that. Do you know where you can find this on Saba?
Wells Road, maybe?
Huh?
Wells Road?
Monsignor Trail.
In Breadfruit.
Where?
Monsignor Trail has a lot of them.
Monsignor Trail have a lot of them. Man, you don't even have to go all the way to Monsignor Trail.
In Breadfruit, God used to have it too.
You know we have a lot of it. You drive across by the landfill crossing and they're falling down and say, see me here. They are in abundance there. Right across here.
By Wendy's
By Wendy's house.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
This one.
Oh, over there. Okay.
Because when I was driving past Saturday, these two just fall down in front of me. I just thought, I can't pick them up. They're all there. Somebody was looking for it and they said, you know, Pastor, I went all the way up Mount Sinai to look for trumpet bush. And I'm like, well, you gotta tell me, it's trumpet bush you're looking for? So just drive across there by the landfill and look on the left as soon as the turning, just look on the left. They are all there. This bush, I'll tell you something about this bush that is unique, that I learned here on Saba. Whenever the wind is in the south,
Yeah.
you see this part, it turns white. It flicks it over.
Wow. Special.
I learned that from one of the elderlies. And the story behind that, the person said to me, say, Pastor Livard, if you are going away on the plane,
No.
look up in Mount Sinai and if you see the white,
Yeah.
it doesn't make no sense to go to the airport. It's crosswinds.
Yeah.
He says, no, it don't make no sense. It's crosswind. And one morning I had to go away. I looked up before I left home and I see all white. I said, look, I have to prove this old man wrong. I drove down to the airport and Winnie came and they do a fly pass. They do a fly pass and they went back to Saban. Crossways. So you learn something about the trumpet bush. Whenever the wind is in the south, normally in Nevis also, whenever there is a storm pending, the old people look up in the mountain. Once you see the white, there's no storm pending. I don't know how they know that. That's something. So we have avocado bush. You know what is this? So what does garlic has to do with soursop bush?
With avocado.
Avocado bush, nothing, right? Absolutely nothing. Hmm?
Together.
Yeah. You know what they use this for?
Garlic is for pressure
Mhm.
and colds, I think, too.
Stroke reversal.
Wow.
This is for stroke reversal. If I feel my arms feel funny, my legs, or my head feel a little funny, before I go to sleep, I get my 2-leaf, my 3 pegs of garlic, put them in my cup, and I drink it before I go to sleep. I learned this from the elderlies. Persons, if you feel like a stroke is coming on, you go and say, they will say, go and get me the garlic, 2 leaves of the avocado, bring them to me quick. They will boil it and drink it. And I still do practice it now and then. I go and get my 3 picks. I always keep garlic in my house. Up to last night I had my 2 leaves and my 3 pegs of garlic to assist with my, when I find a stroke this day, come on, but I can. This leaf also, with the combination I gave you, the avocado, the soursop, the mango, and the guava. What does that good for? What you say?
Pressure, maybe?
Blood pressure. blood pressure, make sure to keep the blood flush.
I'm really sorry. One question. Is there someone with a Volkswagen Grey, which locked our car in? Grey Volkswagen?
That's me.
Really?
Did I lock you in? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Good that I asked. Have a good evening, everyone.
We're still alive back then.
Ran out of
You know, sometimes
Oh, he calls you a darling, eh?
when your pressure is high, sometimes take a while, right, for the doctor to figure out with medication what's best for your body type. Right? Right, Nurse Naomi, sometimes it takes a while. You say, okay, I will give you this. And you say, but doc, that is not working. Okay, I'll give you this. If that is not working, we try something else. I'm not telling you don't take your pressure tablet. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying it works well. It works well. So, to manage my blood pressure, I take my bushes and I deal with it. Now, I'm not like Island Council man Vito who have absolutely no stress. Jobs are very stressful.
After I think they said that one, I think they said the young leaf better.
The young leaf better.
Yes.
Avocado.
Avocado.
So, to manage my two stressful jobs, this is what I use. So when I feel stressed out, I go and get me 2 leaves of the avocado tree, 3 leaves of the bay leaf, and this is what you will buy in the shop as bay leaf. If you want to know what the tree look like, I have a huge tree in my yard in a container, cut a half a drum, bought the bay leaf tree, and I planted it there. So it's accessible. So if I need bay leaf, I don't have to run and go to the shop, right? I got it right there in my yard, where I can go and pluck. So 3 leaves from the bay leaf tree, 2 avocado, and a stingy time, I take it and help you to relax. It can also make you fall asleep.
Yeah.
Sleep a little bit. And if you want to fall asleep a little faster, you go and you get 2 soursop leaf and you put it, the combination, they make you fall asleep faster, make your body relax. But we don't have stress on Saba. Why are you laughing?
Because it sounds funny. You know I get stressed.
Yes.
If there's anyone who don't have bay leaf, yes, I have 2 trees there.
Wow.
And with lots of this, it blooms well. 2, both of them bloom well. But I didn't know everything about them though. But I realized that when I made a tea from it the other day, get me good sleepy.
Yes.
Yeah. That
Bay
by
leaf.
itself.
Bay leaf will help you to relax. It says whatever signal is sent to the brain. Because all of these bushes, I know growing up. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know why we were using them. All we were told,
Go and get.
Yeah, drink it.
well, if you come from the Caribbean like some of us, they will tell you, go and do this and ask no questions. And so you go up knowing that you're supposed to do this without asking any question. Now, I told you about my 2 good friends that died very young, 98 and 96. They would say to me, observe the animals and whatever they eat, you can drink. Like, that doesn't make no sense. So what the animals has to do with us? And I've learned growing up around animals, if an animal know that a leaf or tree is poison, you would never find 2 animals eat of the same tree.
That's true.
Whatever signal they send to the other, I do not know. But it will not happen. And I learned that from experience. I had a little kid here by the name of Tommy. I left him good one Sunday, went to church. When I came back, he was stiff, but he was still alive. Cost me a fortune to get him up and running. Gave him, the vet came, gave him some injections. Then I went to traditional. Mix my sugar and water, and I feed him 3 times a day. And I get my bush, and I warm him, and I wash him. And within 3 days, his muscle loosened up, and he was functioning. Until he decided, well, he wants to be in the house too. He becomes so nice, he started eating everything that we eat. Apple, eat orange, eat grapes. Then I had a problem. The students used to come into the yard and feed him, and pet him, and then he started booting. And so I sent him away.
He became Corrigo.
Eventually, he became curry goat in St. Martin. I didn't want any because I watch him born, I watch him grow up, and I couldn't. He became curry goat. And the story I was telling about him, the vet believed that he ate 2 plants in the yard that brought on the reaction. And observing him, I realized where he got damaged. Because where I parked my blue vehicle, he would never go in that area after that. He just stays. He go everywhere else in the yard except in that area. And I observed, okay, whatever happened to him in that area. And then his mom was around, and she would never go in that area. So, it is, maybe there is some truth that whatever animal can eat, human beings can eat. Maybe they guide us. So, I wanted to share another bush with us, but I couldn't find it nowhere. But I think most of us know about the lemongrass, right?
Yeah.
The lemongrass has many uses. Everybody know what the lemongrass look like? Or as the Jamaican call it, fever grass. Do you know that also is very good for relaxation? Very, very good for relaxation. It is also very good for pain. If you're having pain, maybe a headache, you get some lemongrass and you boil it, and you get a half a lemon and you squeeze it in the water and you drink it, and it helps the headache to go away. It may take a little while.
But also,
Is mint tea also good for headache?
Mint, yes, you can use it. There are different type of mint. You know the one that runs.
Just the one that you
Yeah.
normally get?
Yeah.
And they put in mojitos. Because I had an experience once where I had a headache for a few days.
From the mojito, man.
And I stopped and I had a mint tea. And with it just casually, and I drank it and the headache went away.
Yes. And you know what is good to purify the blood? Another plant that is good for purifying the blood? The thyme. You go to the supermarket and you buy the thyme.
Oh, the small time.
Yes. And many people think it's only good for cooking.
No, you can make tea from it.
You make tea from it, it's also good for purifying the blood. It makes the blood flow through the body. Very good. And so we think, okay, when we think about thyme, we just think about cooking. These plants have many, many, many various uses. Now, leaf of life. You know how easy this can be to grow? You take this and you carry it home, open the soil and you push it in, and it goes. All of these, they are really seeds and eyes to grow. All of these.
Where you can find this one?
I had in my yard once, but I'm not sure that we have it anymore.
Yep. It's hard to get rid of.
Especially if it gets done.
The question is where we can find all of these. The only thing, well, I don't have any bougainvillea at home. Sorry. I don't have any trumpet bush at home. But everything else here, I do keep around my house. I do keep planted. I don't want a trumpet bush too because it goes so big. It can go very tall and I don't want to have space for this.
But it's been a custom that the lemongrass, we also give kids when they have a fever. You know, that not strong to give it to them, but we would give the kids the lemongrass.
Yes.
As a tea, yes, as a tea.
But also, nurse, I know of many folks who, of our local people who would have been afraid to use it because they say, oh, you could catch a cold on it.
Yeah, but
The thing is, we don't need to drink any tea too hot. You just need it nice and warm, you know, with a nice
Oh, I drink
warmth.
it outside. I used to
Or drink it outside.
Yeah.
But you drink the
Air
lemon.
then at the same time.
You can drink the lemongrass and go to sleep.
Yes.
Yes.
But be prepared to wake up and change your clothes because you may
perspire.
perspire a lot in the night. Yes.
And you have the paracetamol bush.
Yes.
We have that too, yeah.
That instead of
Never
taking the
tried it.
tablet, you
I never
that.
tried.
That's another one I forget to pick at home.
Yeah.
The paracetamol bush.
Yeah.
Anybody know what the paracetamol bush is?
We heard about it.
How does it look?
We have it in abundance over on the farm.
Yeah.
Now, this bush is not bitter compared to the paracetamol bush. It is very bitter. But can I tell you the secret to drinking it and you don't taste the bitterness?
Tell us.
No, no. You boil the pot of paracetamol bush and you get a lemon and you drop a few drops in it and all the bitterness comes. And it works faster. It works faster with the lemon.
And the lemon help cut the bitterness also,
Yes,
right?
the lemon cut the bitterness. Now back to the money bush or the washerwoman. What all women in the days used to use this for too?
The money bush.
Yeah, this bush.
I know to bathe with it. Because they had a rash, you would take it and then you would stir it up and let the water come a little green and then you could bathe. Smooth the skin.
We have a different bush called money bush.
That is what I know about.
Yeah, we have a different bush that we call money bush. That is not what we call
No,
money
that's
bush.
not money bush.
No, this is we call our maid. This is the maiden apple.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now,
That also you can use for diabetics.
The blood.
yes,
For what?
but in babies, what they do with this, they crush it up in the water as you said, and they do the sapping,
Ah,
the
yes,
joints.
sapping.
and the babies walk quicker.
Maybe you might want them to walk.
It strengthens.
This generation, they run.
Yes, it strengthens the muscles in the baby's
That's
body.
important.
So, back home, from the time my baby turned 4 or 5 months, they started bathing them with this at least once a week. They crush it up in the water, and they put the water and then
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
and they make sure.
I know some elderly folks would use brandy.
Yeah.
The brandy put on
Children.
Joints of
My
the
grandmother
children.
did to all the children.
The rub and they just sap
Sap the joints.
The folks used to use them more often back then too. I don't hear it. I don't hear of the use of it no more like before.
And so that's it with herbal medicine. I mean, it is very good where you can learn about the traditional way of living, because I believe the time will come when we will have to go back to this
What about if you have a
tradition.
bad circulation?
Circulation?
Vervine.
Vervine. This also helps with the circulation. Home by me, I have a lot of this plant in my
Yeah,
yard.
I have it too.
Hmm?
I have a lot in the yard.
You have a lot in your yard. I remember some time ago there was some American herbalists here, and they were doing some researches on bushes. And I introduced them to this for diabetes. And I remember one of them responded and says, patients were responding to the treatment. I'm like, that is interesting. We know that locally, but on a medical level, we do not know. Because, to be honest with you, a lot of doctors don't use medicine, prescription drugs.
That's good. Sounds good. Teach me the same.
I went to a doctor and he told me I was having a terrible headache and I couldn't figure out my headache. And he was writing me a prescription. And he said to me, I am not feeling well. So I said, but doc, write yourself, take some medicine. He said, I do not take prescription drugs. And so he wrote me a prescription and I simply said to him, please save your paper, because I'm not going to take it either. If you prescribe in it, you study it, I would not take it, because you studied, you know all the side effects. And so, I am not telling you that I don't take prescription drugs. I'm not telling you that. But, I make sure I have to do my research on it before. A few weeks ago, few weeks ago, I had a nasal infection from a tooth. Last night, I would now almost passed out in church one Sunday. Went to the ER. My BP went up on the 296 over 146. And the doctor says you have a bad infection that caused that. And I went home. I got this fellow. I got this fellow. I got the aloe vera. I blend them all together. And I drank it. And while sitting on my back step, something started running out of this nostril, which I was ashamed of. They said, yes, whatever infection in there becomes loose. Then I went to the dentist on the front side and realized it came from a tooth that got infected.
I have a question. How, for somebody who's not versed in all of this, how do you know how to dose yourself, how many leaves to put of what? And how do you know which one is better to steep versus boiling, that kind of thing?
Well, most of these, this I would recommend you steep it, the vervine, or blend it. It works very fast. Most of these you can either boil them or steep them. Now, this bougainvillea, definitely you can boil it. You can't boil the flowers. You have to steep it. You boil the water, you take it off, and you put the flower in it. You don't boil it. You have to steep this. But most of these, you can either boil it, as I said in the beginning, if you're going to boil them, no more than 5 minutes. But it's best that you put them in a hot and cold cup and you steep them. I prefer it That way, I think it's more safer. Now, for me, as I said, my morning drink is 2, 1, 2, and 1. Because I don't want to overdose myself. And so, because if you use more than 3 salsa leaves, you know what will happen to you? You go to sleep.
I thought it would give you energy, the leaves combination you mentioned. That you
Yeah, but the salsa leaf will cause you to relax so much you will set you to sleep. Now, growing up as a child, I never understood. We had to make our father a cup of salsa leaves every night. 5 salsa leaves. He said, get me my 5 salsa leaf tea. And that would cause him to sleep. I never knew why he would drink it. And now, let me mention this for the men who are here. To keep the prostate running good, I do 3 salsa leaves, a teaspoonful of rosemary, and cayenne pepper. If you feel like your prostate is coming on, that's what I use. And it's worked well for me. So the a teaspoonful of dry rosemary. You can use the sprig of the green one if you have. The 3 salsa leaves and a dash of cayenne pepper. If you want to put a little honey in it, it's up to you. But a lot of these bushes, I don't drink with any kind of sweetener. Some people drink them with sweetener to get a better taste, but I prefer it to have it natural. Yes.
The first bush, what was the name you said again for it? The yellow one with the yellow.
This one?
No, the one with the yellow.
Oh, this one? It's made in apple.
Is it also the cerasee? It's also called cerasee or no? That's something different.
No, that's something different. We call it the washerwoman.
A snake apple?
Snake apple.
Snake apple.
You know, in different countries and islands they call it different names.
They call them different names.
Yes, snake apple.
That's why I asked you, what do you call it here? Because I use the name that I grew up with.
Is there anything with Saba cinnamon? Like I know that when you, what is the purpose of that?
The bay leaf.
I know some women use it for menstrual cramps.
Yes, too. This also, I can't really tell you what they use it for, but I use a lot of it. They say it's good for the body, but I never find out what it is. When I use this, what I will do with this, you know what they call the hibiscus flowers? Jamaican hibiscus flowers. I would take some of that, like a handful, a few of these leaves, about 5 to 6 cloves, and a piece of, if I do have the skin of an orange, and that with about a half liter of water, 2 cups of water, so I have tea for 2 times, and it works well.
Another question. When you make the tea, is it, okay, first of all, when should you not pick the bush? That's number 1. And number 2, when you make the tea, like how long can you keep it for? Like that day, then even time throw it out, or you can have it like today and I can drink it again tomorrow, same brew.
Well, I don't keep my tea no longer than 3 days. If I use it, I put it in the fridge. But once it's 3 days, I'm not going to use it anymore. Now, how long you pick the bush for? When
to pick it?
Pick it early in the day. Yeah,
because
we
are accustomed that we were told don't pick it at a certain hour.
Now, to me, that's a little superstitious.
Well, what is the superstition?
Now, when I was growing up,
that's a little superstitious.
When I was growing up and you had to go and pick bush in the night, you go. What they would say to us: go to the tree and said, "Wake up!"
Yeah.
And you would tap the leaf, and then you would pick it. But I think that's a little superstitious. Or they will tell you, make sure you pick the leaf that you want before sunset. I don't really subscribe to that. I believe it's a little superstitious in doing that. Even though they are leaves that go to sleep in the night.
Yes.
Some plants, when it is night, the leaves fold in.
Yes.
And in the morning light, they open.
They open again. I think that's the best time to pick it too.
But when we see the leaves like this, like, because this one looks alive and well.
Right. Yeah.
But those ones more over there, just like, yeah, those, they, are those still good to?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, it is also recommended that you use a lot of these leaves dry.
Oh yes, but then you use
Dry
less.
versus fresh.
Dry versus fresh. Because
You use less then.
I have my eldest sister in Texas, she's a nurse, retired after 40 years. And every time she comes to Nevis, she goes back with a carry-on of bushes. She just dries them and she takes them back in various Ziploc bags where you have them for months at a time. But here in the Caribbean, we know we can just go to the tree and just grab it. For me, also I have most of these bushes in a container, a food tray in my house. So if I don't need them, I don't have to go outside. It's a choice whether I want to use them green or dry.
So once they dry, is it that they don't have an expiration date?
No. But if you have them in a damp area, they can gather mold. So you have to be careful with that. So you make sure you keep them in a cool, dry place, and they will be good to go. Pardon me?
On Saba.
All right?
What is, I'm curious if there's maybe plants that people in the room know that are not on the table, but that they know is working well.
Very good, very good.
The one that you said about the headache on your, that you put on your head, is it here?
The one that I am talking about, I have never seen it on Saba.
Ah, okay.
They call it the headache bush.
Yeah.
They have it green and they have it purple. And so they will ask, it's a broadleaf, they will ask you to go and get it. They will put it under their hat or under their head tie, and it helps with the yes.
They also have a plant that when you pull up the roots and you mash, you pong it, that's also good for headache. I don't know if it's like arrowroot or something like that.
Ganga root.
Ganga root,
yes.
That, when I
Ganga
always used to have headaches, my mother-in-law, she would actually pull it onto the ground, mash it, and then she would tell you to just inhale it, take a little whiff, but not too strong because you can really feel it. But after a while, it do relieve the headaches.
Okay.
And you know, Saba used to have plenty of it, right?
Yes, used to, yes, but I don't.
And you don't see them anymore.
You can smell it though.
You don't see them anymore, right?
Not like, I don't see it like
But also they used to use the physical nut, not the red, the white.
Yeah.
White.
And you would take the root, scrape it, boil the water, put it in it. And if you have a very bad throat infection, you put a little salt in the water and you gargle. Put it in, you'll be surprised how that takes away the pain from your throat.
That's good.
Which
Sore throat and all like that.
Physical nut. It used to be a lot on the Bay Road, but now I don't see it on but they have the red and the white. So you use it.
Because that same
hurricane.
ganga root, you can get that to buy in the public market in Nevis. Yes. Like the other day, I can't remember the name just evaded me. We were pulling up bush on the farm, and I pull up this bush, I took my knife, I cut the root off and I wash it off, and one of my workers said, "What are you going to do with that?" I said, "Boy, you would not even know the treasure in this thing." He said, "I saw it when I went to cut bush." I said, Whenever you see it, just pull the roots from it.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lot of medicine plant out there that we don't know, we don't use.
Yeah.
We don't know the full use.
Even the oil nut leaves, the big oil nut leaf.
Mhm.
If you have like boys who play, or even women play sports, and they get the ankle of the knee twisted, you can take that and you pound the veins of that, and then you apply it to the area and bandage it. And most of the time, after a couple of days, that pain has gone.
But we have a lot of
Oil nut leaf. Oil nut leaf.
Is that the one across from Margaret? The one that the
I moved down by outside Alvan the house by Christina did. It was a son. In case somebody need, I would always go and pick it from there and use it.
also for pain. You have the everybody know what you have, the castor oil tree, right? Right there by Saba cares, the old utilities to turn down on the left hand side. There's a lot of broadleaf there. That's why you call it castor oil tree.
That's about the same thing as the one with the yeah, just
So-
different names.
Yes.
They have black
That's
nut.
The green and then
Huh?
We call it an owl nut.
Oh,
Now-
yeah, that was a different.
Now-
That's good for sprains.
Yeah.
Now, if you have knee pain, back pain, elbow pain, what do you do with that bush? You take it, you pick a piece of it, and you heat it. And you get all Vicks Vapor Rub.
Oh, yeah.
And you put it on that bush while it is warm, and you tie it on. And then the pain goes away.
So what about the noni leaf? Isn't that a blessing too? I mean, you can pound that too, and I don't know what you would add to
Yeah.
it, but it also would help with pain.
Yeah, but I'm saying that with the castor oil bush because to me that's a quick fix. The other evening I had such back pain I couldn't sleep. I just went outside, walk out, my pajama, get the castor oil bush, put it over the stove, my Vicks Vapor Rub, tie it on, went to sleep. Wake up the next morning, take it off bed, went to work. I'm good.
Vicks.
We have a question in the corner there.
The juniper berries, I don't know what they're called, but you can pick them on Saba and they have a particular smell. Maybe it's also used in Saba spice or in the past, but I was wondering if anyone knows if that has a purpose as well. It's like small berries.
For your muscles.
Huh?
It's red.
Juniper.
They call it, I think, juniper, but it's not juniper, but it's similar.
If you put it in the Saba spice.
And maybe they put it, I'm not sure.
What color is
The red ones?
No, it's not red, it's not the jumby berries or what.
No, is it green turning red? Is it a little green berry like,
Yeah, a
and then
little green.
it turns the color a little?
It's not turns red, it stays
Green.
I wonder if you're talking about the guava berry.
Guava, maybe.
But that turns though.
Where have you seen the tree? You have seen the tree here?
Dark.
No. It's not guava berries. I don't know. Peter, we spotted it together. What is that?
Where? Describe it.
It's small, you called it a juniper kind of thing.
Wasn't it turpentine?
Turpentine, that one.
Oh, turpentine tree.
Yes.
Okay, I never used that. I never heard the use of that.
Smells like turpentine.
Huh?
Smells like turpentine.
Where you find it?
That's the one with the tree peels, the peeling tree.
We call it the gum tree.
Oh, that.
Yes.
Nick
We
Boy
used to
tree,
use that to
Pleasant Mark.
stick it.
What happened is that
Oh, I know what it is now. Yeah.
one time I was working somewhere and somebody came and
Blue Vision
collect
like it.
some in a bag. And I asked him what that is good for. He said, you won't want it now. And I thought it was, okay, that is interesting. Because, I mean, to me, I don't know that there is any use for it, but the person pick a good amount and put them in a plastic sack. And I was curious because I'm like, what that is used for, I don't know. But they never said.
Best.
You know, there, and that was one of the problems with some of the, because the person was an older person. That is one of the problems that we suffer in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
You know,
Some folks
that the
do.
older folks, they don't tell us
That's true.
what
Not enough.
this is used for, what it is good for, and the name of it. And so, you know, you grow up, and you know, we use these things and we don't know why we use them. I was talking to a gentleman who said his grandfather was a herbalist. And he only recognized the use of, because he also was a pharmacist. He also recognized the use of herbal medicine when he had serious injuries. And so it's good to know about bushes, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you for your time. And your attention.
Can I get this one?
I'm seeing a lot of some like printouts on the table, so I guess
Yes.
you can go around and have a bit of a look. Yeah.
Just a quick reminder, if anybody wants a copy, only $10. It's a very good read. Very good read, very informative about all the different bush medicines on the island.